Hello everyone. I am Nirbhay Matharu from class 8 section F. This year we are showcasing our Nirman exhibition projects virtually. I take this golden opportunity to show and explain my project on light fidelity technology. First I will explain the principle and concept of this project, and then I will show the working of my project. Light travels at a speed of 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, which makes it the fastest traveling wave or any form of energy in the universe. Li-Fi, the short form of light fidelity, is a concept based on converting and transmitting data in form of light. In this, any form of data such as audio, video or text is converted into light wave through modular. A LED bulb or any lamp is connected to a modular is used to transmit the data in form of light. There is an receptor which receives the light wave, and there is a demodular connected to the receptor which converts the light waves back into the different respective form of data. Now I am going to showcase the concept of Li-Fi technology through my project. This is modular. This converts any form of data, audio, video or text into light waves. This is a transmitter. This transmits data in form of light. This is a receptor which receives light waves, and to connect it to receptor there is demodular which converts the light waves back into the respective forms of data. I am going to show the data transmission through light by an audio clip. So I have connected a speaker, I have connected my phone to modular, and I have connected a speaker to my demodular. Now I am going to play a song. There is also a limitation of this technology that if a light ray is blocked by an opaque object, the light ray does not pass from it. So if the light ray does not pass, so the data will also not transmit. There are many advantages of Li-Fi over Wi-Fi. The speed of data transmission through Li-Fi technology is 5 times faster than Wi-Fi. Li-Fi technology uses light as a source of data transmission, whereas Wi-Fi uses radio spectrum waves which may be harmful for our body. Li-Fi is cheap because it uses simple light bulb to transmit data, whereas Wi-Fi is costly because it uses radio spectrum waves. In coming times, Wi-Fi will be replaced by Li-Fi. Hope you like my project. Thank you.
Hello my dear friends and teachers, welcome to my Nirman project, the ISS. The ISS is an international space station that orbits the Earth around with a speed of 17,500 miles per hour and an altitude of 250 miles. That means it orbits the Earth every 90 minutes. It is a unique floating space laboratory that helps in doing scientific research, botanic and many more else things. NASA is using the space station to learn more about space. These lessons will make it possible to send humans further into space. How old is the space station, you might be wondering. Let me tell you, the first module of the International Space Station was attached on 1998. The year 1998. The first module was the Zarya model, which is this module. After 2 weeks later of Zarya in space, the US Unity node, which the Endurance space shuttle, which contained the US Unity node, was attached to it. Means then there were total of 2 modules where people can live. Mere pieces were added next 2 years before the station to live in it. The first November 2000. People lived on this space station since 7 years. Added over time, and its partners from all around the world completed construction of space station in 2011. Now let me tell you how big is the ISS. The space station of 5 house bedrooms and 2 Boeing 747 can accommodate 6 crew of plus 2 visitors. It is the size of over a football field in the air. It includes laboratory modules from the Russia, Japan, and it on Earth over moons. Let me explain you some of these IS. This part might be wondering what it is. And some of you guys are solar panels, but we call it panels because solar is, and they are the solar panel. A solar photovoltaic array. They are the solar photovoltaic array. Is an electronic configured solar DC electricity when exposed to solar energy, solar radiation. Yeah, they are solar energy. They produce electricity for them. But for it, these are only the structures. They are called truss. They don't contain any humans. But yeah, they produce electricity, and see, there are some components here. But we only here in this part. These are the double solar arrays. Modules. These are the modules where people live. The habitation module for International Space Station was intended to be the space station main living quarter, designed with galley, toilet, shower, sleep station, and medical facilities. Docking ports. These are the docking ports. These are the docking ports. You can say this, and this. After this. These are the docking ports. There are total of 4 docking ports available on the Russian orbital segment in the ISS. Now robotic arms. Now we come to the robotic arms. This is the robotic arm. Let me show you properly. These are the robotic arms, and this is the robotic arm. The Canadian robotic arm lends a helping hand to perform station maintenance, move supplies, X-ray, and even astronauts. Cats use them to catch cosmic catches by grappling the visiting vessel or vehicle and berthing to them the dock. See, this is the dock, them to the ISS. Now let me tell you some facts about the ISS. 241 individuals from 19 countries have visited the ISS from November 2000. The space station has continuously occupied since November 2000, like I told you. An international crew of 6 people live and work while traveling at a speed of 5 miles per second and hitting Earth about 90 per 4 hours. The space station orbits of Earth, making sunrises and sunrises. Peggy set the record most total living time and was space station with he was 8 days on November 2nd of 2020. There are solar panels that are so power the station, means sometimes you can look at dawn and see the spaceship flying even if you live in a big city. But now let me explain you why this important. Why is the space station? Space station has made it possible for people living in an ongoing presence in space. Human beings have been living in space ever since crew arrived. The space station research benefits on Earth members, means people of Earth, and what these result products are called spin-offs. Space research is even used in their everyday life, and these results are called spin-offs. Scientists also study what happened to the body when people live in the microgravity. NASA and its partner have learned how to keep a spacecraft working well. All this lesson will be important for future space exploration. Thank you for listening to my project patiently. I hope you have a nice day. Bye.
Hi, this is Dhritika Jalla from 8th F. Today I am going to tell about some interesting facts of water. Water is about 3.8 billion years old. 97% of the world's water is salty and undrinkable. 90% of the world's fresh water is located in Antarctica in the form of ice. And the world's saltiest water is also found in Antarctica. Water helps in the regulation of Earth's temperature. Now we'll see a small experiment. I have taken a solid and I am going to drop it into water. Oh, it sank. Now I am going to take an ice cube and going to dip it into the water. Oh, what happened? It started floating. This is because ice is 9% less denser than water. If solids had more density like other solids, then all the oceans would freeze. Now other experiment is now I have a cup of water and now I am going to keep cardboard onto it, and now I am going to flip it. This is due to atmospheric pressure which holds the cardboard. Now I have one hot water body here and hot water and cold water. Now I am going to color hot water with red. And cold water with blue. Now I am going to place cardboard onto hot water. I am going to flip it. Now I am going to place it onto cold water. Now I am slowly going to remove it. You can see that hot water doesn't mix with cold water. This is because hot water is lighter than cold water. Hope you enjoy all the experiments. Thank you.
Good morning, teachers and all my dear friends. Today, Janu Mehta from class 8F is going to tell you about how to make a lava lamp. Today, I am going to make a lava lamp. I have used 200 ml of water and 400 ml of oil in this. And I have, you can use any color of food coloring. You need only 5 drops of it. I have some baking soda mixture of Uno, and I have some alkaline citrus. It's a tablet which makes this active, lava lamp active. So let's start. I'm using pink color of food coloring, but you can use any color. So let it stay for some time. So we can put the alkaline sticker. If you don't have it, you can also use baking soda and vinegar to make it active. If you want to make it more fizzy, so you can also put baking soda and fruit salt mixture.
course of human existence, the most significant catalyst for the growth has been our ability to draw energy from our world. Teeming fire gave birth to modern worlds from the wind, allowed early explorers to travel the world. But today we are going to explore the history and science behind the humanity's greatest invention, that is the steam engine. The evolution of steam engine completely revolutionized society. It opened new avenues for the trade and cost. Creation of rural population into newly industrialized cities. What we satisfying was the lessons in evolution taught us about science and engineering. This was first practical steam engine and it was used to pump water. The engine was incredibly inefficient. This machine was going to start an industrial revolution but had founded a niche in coaling, where its fuel was cheap and readily available. To investigate why it was so inefficient.
The engine takes energy stored in coal and converts it to heat. This heat is used to form steam which expands into piston cylinder, causing the pressure to increase and forcing the piston to rise against the. No mechanical work occurs because this chain can only force in tension. The power stroke occurs when cold water is sprayed into the cylinder, causing the pressure to drop. Atmospheric pressure now pushes the piston back down. We won't be able to quantify how much is being done per cycle in this engine. To do that, we plot the pressure and volume the piston cylinder for one cycle like this. The inside is the work done, but this is the idealized diagram. In practice, there is a lot more energy being wasted. We lose a big chunk here because the stream is prevented from expanding to its full volume. A lot of energy lost to the environment too. The effect is made worse by cooling the entire cylinder with cold water. So an immediate improvement is to make a separate condenser. Here the steam can be cooled without cooling the entire cylinder. There are inefficiencies that reduce the total work done. Many of them are unavoidable, but we can improve the situation by upgrading the piston cylinder.
The manufacturing techniques needed to bore accurate and strong piston cylinder were not available in the early days of the steam engine. The development of the steam engine taught us a lot about the mechanical efficiencies, and you may think that steam engines have become obsolete, but nearly all of our large power stations still use steam energy to convert heat energy, whether that be from coal, nuclear to solar to mechanical energy. The technology is simply evolved into even more efficient form with steam turbines. For listening carefully, hope you have gained a lot of information about our topic, what steam engine. Thank you.
Hyperloop is a conceptual transportation system to the lower cost and travel time relative to the current high-speed rail system. Elon Musk and the team of engineers from Tesla and SpaceX proposed this idea in August 2013. This train will transport passengers at the remarkable speed of 1,200 km per hour.
It has key features that set it apart from these vacuums, tubes and high-speed train tracks. The passenger capsules are propelled by air pressure like in vacuum tubes, but by electronic magnetic motors similar to ones featured in Tesla cars and railguns. The tube tracks do have a vacuum, but they are not completely free of air. Instead, they have low pressure inside of them. Most things moving through air will end up compressing the air in front, so creating a cushion of air that shows the object down, but the Hyperloop will feature a compressor fan which will redirect the air to the back of the capsule for additional propulsion.
Advantages of Hyperloop. Hyperloop are faster and cheaper than car or train travel. It's less polluting than air travel. It's also quicker and cheaper than traditional high-speed rail. It can also withstand an earthquake, will be able to reduce traffic congestion.
In 130 years of cars, as many cars were invented, the demand in new features also increased, such as comfortable seating and security system. This led to buyers attract towards this car. As many buyers increased, this led to traffic on the roads. And now we are in 2020s, which is the future of cars. And in the future of cars, we have created such a vehicle can make you travel from one destination to another in a shorter period of time. That is the flying car. Flying car is a kind of personal aircraft which leads you to travel from one destination to another through air, and that also in less time. And there are companies to be known such as Aero Mobile and Porsche building flying cars, but now these are just a concept, and we have created a model of a flying car which looks how when it will be launched in the market, how it will look. It might look like a normal car, but when it wants to fly, it would convert itself in a flying car.
A flying car is a type of personal and vehicle or loadable aircraft that provides door-to-door transportation. The term flying car is also sometimes used to include hover cars.
Our project is made by an old model car, and we have attached two DC motors with two waste fans, and to make the car move, we have also attached an RC motors. We have also used two 9-watt batteries. For the background, we have used a white chart paper and some colors.
Flying car can be used in future as a personal airmobile. It would be used to travel long journeys in less time, and also like a business vehicle to pick up people from long destination, and can also be used as an emergency vehicle such as police car. So after having so many uses of flying car, I will tell you some advantages and disadvantages of flying car. Advantages of flying car are lower emissions, reducing traffic pollutions, and frees up the city roads for pedestrians and cyclists. Disadvantages of flying car are flying car cannot be made a safe method of transport because people may talk on the phone and read magazine while using flying car. Also, the rate of accident may drastically increase, and once they crash into another, the chance of being alive are very less, and once they fall on the ground, killing pedestrians.
Bellevue Liberty is world's first flying car, invented in 2001. Pioneer Waldo Waterman invented the first flying car. Till 2025, the flying cars will lead the market. Among $1.3 million would be the cost of the flying car. We are presenting our model, the flying car.
I'm still obsessed with you. Sorry if I'm still obsessed with you.
Dear teachers and my dear friends, today we the students of grade 8th A, E and F are going to represent our Nirman project on the topic Jantar Mantar Samrat Yantra, also known as sundial. This is our model, and for now more information my friend Sanika will continue.
Namaste. The world's largest sundial, Brihat Samrat Yantra, was built by Savai Jai Singh II in 1734. Jantar Mantar in Jaipur is an astronomical observatory which is also a World UNESCO Heritage Site. This is the destination which every tourist must add to their itinerary. Raja Jai Singh II constructed 5 such observatories in different parts of the country, such as Varanasi, Delhi, Ujjain, Jaipur and Mathura. The one in Jaipur is the largest of all the observatories, and the one in Mathura is almost in ruins now. Savai Raja Jai Singh II was the potential ruler of Ambal region. My friend Charita will continue with the further information about Brihat Samrat Yantra.
Sundial, the world's largest sundial, has been telling time for about 300 years. The Samrat Yantra in Jaipur is part of Jantar Mantar. A big collection for about 14 devices is built for measuring time for astronomy and for astrology in 18th century. Historical accounts say that in 1790, Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah was out for an expedition, but the misalignment due to failed predictions spurred Maharaja Savai Jai Singh II to build the observatories. When Singh decided to move and found a new city, Jaipur, he also had a new observatory built there. My friend Manyata will continue.
The Jaipur Observatory in Rajasthan of Jantar Mantar has many big instruments, and they are one of the most preserved instruments in history. It's also the world's largest sundial, the Samrat Yantra. It moves about the precision of 1 millimeter per second and shows time about 2 seconds. If you stand closely and watch, it moves about 6 centimeters per minute. Other instruments in Jantar Mantar, this sundial is also a fixed instrument and has an angle of 27 degrees, which is equal to the latitude of this location, that is Jaipur. There is a cupola on top of it, as you can see. This cupola is used in Hindu traditions and is used to predict time, weather and monsoon arrivals. The shadow on the triangular wall of this yantra is used to calculate time, and it is equal to the latitude of the location. And this whole yantra is standardized to calculate the local time. Thank you. And now my friend Arpita will continue.
The Ramayantra. The Ramayantra consists of a pair of cylindrical structures open to the sky, each with a pillar at the center. The pillar and walls are of equal height, which is also equal to the radius of the structure. The floor and the interior surface of the walls are inscribed with scales indicating the angles of azimuth and altitude. Ramayantras were contrasted at Jaipur and Delhi observatories only. Now my friend Vaibhavi will continue.
Total 20 instruments in Jantar Mantar Jaipur, out of which we explained two. Some major instruments are Disha Yantra, Chakra Yantra, Jaiprakash Yantra, Rashi Yantra, Uttansh Yantra and Dingash Yantra. I hope you all liked our project.
All seeing this video. Today, I, Rakshit Chaudhary, will explain you about the Rafale aircraft which has newly come to India from France. Introduction. The first ever Rafale aircraft was introduced by Sir Marcel Dassault in year 1985, and the first prototype of Rafale aircraft flew in air in year 1986. The prototype of Rafale aircraft was liked by the French government. The Marcel Dassault got
all the official approvals to make the Rafale aircraft for the French Navy. The first ever enhanced Rafale aircraft was introduced in the French Navy in year 2004 and in the French Air Force in year 2006. I would like to tell you about the weapons that are fixed in the Rafale aircraft. The points at which the weapons are fixed on the Rafale aircraft are called as hard points of Rafale. Can you see this small component here? It is known as the laser targeting pod, used for accurately performing the air-to-land attacks of missile and to compute accuracy. Can you see this large missile? It is known as the Scalp missile. It is a air-to-land missile. It is also called as Storm Shadow. Its range is 560 kilometers and it is a deep cruiser, which means it goes to the lowest point near the land and then flies through it and destroys the enemy. We saw the air-to-land missile, but the most important missiles in aircrafts are air-to-air missile, and Rafale also have one of those. This is the Mica missile. It is an air-to-air missile and its range is 80 kilometers and its speed is 4 Mach, which is almost 4 times the speed of sound. Operations that Rafale can perform is air superiority, bombing, strategic bombing, missile firing, nuclear firing, naval operations. Because the Rafale can perform so many operations, it is called as omni-role fighter. See this nozzle? This nozzle is used for mid-air refueling when Rafale is flying in the sky. When the fuel is added from this nozzle, it goes in the Rafale and its main tank, and then in these drop tanks. These tanks are called as drop tank because when there is a situation of war or engine fail or when Rafale has to fly in its highest speed, then it drops all these tanks and the fuel is taken from the main tank. Now I would like to tell you about some of the interesting facts about Rafale. The lifespan of Rafale is 75 years. It has 25 kilometers of wiring inside and 3,000 components, and takes 2,000 workers and 2 years to make a single piece of Rafale. Thank you for watching my video so patiently. Thank you once again.
A very warm welcome to my dear principal ma'am, teachers and all my dear friends. Our theme for Nirman exhibition is STEAM. We have worked and researched upon the topic smart glasses. So let's have an introduction.
Introduction to smart glasses. Smart glasses are wearable computer glasses that add information alongside or to what the wearer sees. Smart glasses devices may also have features found on a smartphone. As with other life logging and activity tracking devices, the GPS tracking units and digital camera of some smart glasses can be used to record historical data. For example, after the completion of a workout, data can be uploaded into a computer or online to create a log of exercise activities for analysis. They are an attempt to bring the wireless connectivity and imaging we enjoy on our home computers and cell phones into the frames and lenses of our eyewear.
Augmented reality. It is the technology wherein digital information is superimposed in natural existing environment. In other words, for example, it is a technology where you can have a lion, actually digital image of a lion standing next to you in your house. By this technology, digital information in form of text, graphics, virtual enhancements and integrated with real-world objects. During making of the project, we have experienced and demonstrated this technology. Let us watch a video.
May I ask you one question?
Sure, why not?
So my question is, what do we mean by augmented reality?
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, then I will help you with this. Augmented reality is an interactive experience of a real-world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer-generated perceptual information.
Whoa, so this is smart glasses. It's the latest technology in which we can view world images. Actually, augmented reality is used in these smart glasses. These pictures are making me more understand about the topic augmented reality.
Wait, Tanisha and Anushka, let me add on. Augmented reality, in short form, we can say AR. This technology is also used in many apps like Snapchat, AR Lupa, and nowadays these come in inbuilt in a mobile phone's camera. Now my friend Angel will continue.
How will augmented reality affect our future? Augmented reality technology will give us access to just-in-time information anytime, anywhere. This technology will enhance our educational and travel experience using a smart glass. Thank you. Smart glass technology. So, let us know something about smart glass technology. How does smart glass work? It actually uses the AR technology to display information in front of user's eye. It displays smartphone notifications and other information in front of user's field of view. Companies like Google and Microsoft have made their versions of smart glasses and made exciting advances in the field of technology. Radar sensors, this is light detection and ranging technologies, is also being used by market leaders like Apple, and very soon, in the coming years, smart glass will replace our smartphones.
And uses. Education. The public will not only need to learn how to operate the new tools literally right before their eyes, but how to adapt and respond to the influx of wireless data, imaging, and audio from their suddenly sentient spectacles. Vision awareness. Eyeglasses must continue to serve their primary function, which is correct vision. Wearers of smart glasses will need to keep their vision healthy in check as they adapt the unrepresented mixed imagery ahead. Safety. Smart glasses have considerable potential to distract the wearer, which could increase the danger to themselves and others. Great Britain banned the use of Google Glass while driving even before it hit the streets.
Security. To enhance the device security, confidentiality is achieved by the encryption of stored and transmitted information. Smart glasses uses Bluetooth to pair with an Android or iOS smartphone. The Bluetooth pairing has been subject of many research studies and possible threats. Fashion. Appearance proved a major obstacle for the geeky-looking Google Glass. Advancements in wireless technology, since should allow smart glass of the future to be fashionably slim and stylish. With all the smart glass technology on the horizon, one thing's for certain. Very soon, we will never look at the eyeglasses the same way again. Thank you.
Good morning, respected teacher and my dear friends. I am Purva Pawar and I am going to take you through my project, Rubin's Tube. Rubin's Tube is a well-known physics experiment to demonstrate the correlation between sound waves and sound pressure. Some common names for it are standing waves flame tube or flame tube. By looking at the varying height of the flames coming out through the tube, a stunning visual of sound is given. How is Rubin's tube made? It is a metal tube that has a row of holes lining it. The tube is filled with gas which comes out through the small holes. One side of the tube is closed while the other is connected to the gas cylinder. A loudspeaker is directed towards the closed side of the tube so that the sound can travel through the tube. The Rubin's tube was named after its founder, Heinrich Rubin, a German physicist born in 1805. But his discovery was only possible with the help of the works of scientists like Jean Le Conte, Rudolf Koenig, and Auguste Comte. How does Rubin's tube work? A sound wave is made by the loudspeaker at start. Now, there are two waves traveling in the opposite direction as the first wave hits the end of the tube and is being reflected back. The combination of two waves creates a standing wave with an additional area of oscillating pressure, antiloads and constant pressure loads. Short flames are produced by the area of oscillating pressure and large flames are produced by the area of constant pressure. The Rubin's tube operates on the idea that the sound being heard is the pressure waves that is traveling through the gas. In some places, the two add up together, forming an extra large change in the pressure, antiloads, and in other areas, the two cut each other down so that the pressure can be constant. By applying the Bernoulli's principle to this experiment, it is determined that the velocity of the gas is related to the pressure that is pushing the gas out the holes. The flame's height depends non-linearly on the local time-dependent pressure. The time average of the flow is reduced at the point with oscillating pressure and thus flames are lower. Thank you.
Floating solar panels, ever-increasing power demand and depletion of fuels. Wind and hydro sources are area-specific. The major issue of solar PV is requirement of land. China has the largest floating solar panel concept. It is a new concept of generating power by solar photovoltaic system. Advantages: economical and technical benefit. Protects ecologically sensitive areas. Water for cleaning panels is readily available. Disadvantages: infrastructure is costly when working offshore. The access to the installation is critical when working offshore. Thank you.
A very warm welcome to everyone present here. Today we have made a project on the topic colonization of Mars. Organizations have proposed plans for a human mission to Mars, but no person has set foot on the planet. However, landers and rovers have successfully explored the planetary surface and delivered information about conditions on the ground. Reasons for colonizing Mars. The only reason for colonizing Mars include pure curiosity, the potential for humans to provide more in-depth observational researches than unmanned rovers, economic interest in its resources, and the possibility that the settlement of other planets could decrease the likelihood of human extinction. Now my friend Taita will further continue.
Difficulties and hazards include radiation exposure during a trip to Mars and on its surface, toxic soil, low gravity, the isolation that accompanies Mars, distance from Earth, a lack of water and cold temperatures. Earth is similar to Venus in bulk composition, size and surface gravity, but Mars' similarities to Earth are more compelling when considering colonization. Now my friend Mahi will continue.
Similarities of Mars and Earth. The Martian day is very close in duration to Earth. A solar day on Mars is 24 hours and 39 minutes. Mars has an average surface area which is 28.4% of Earth, which is slightly lower than the dry grounds on Earth. Mars has half the radius of Earth and 1/10 the mass of Earth. Mars has a lower density and a smaller volume than Earth. The conditions on Mars are similar to those on Earth in terms of sunlight and temperature as compared to the other planets and moon. Now my friend Peher will continue.
Equipment for colonization of Mars. Colonization of Mars requires a wide variety of equipment. Both equipment directly provides services to humans, and production equipment provide food, water, energy, propellant and breathable oxygen. In order to support human colonization efforts, basic requirements will be basic utilities, water, oxygen, local communication, waste disposable, water recycling, habitats, shop storage facilities, shop workspaces, airlock for pressurization, and thus manage it. Now my friend Molly will continue.
To be fair, there is no shortage of ideas for how human beings might establish a colony on the red planet. They are also quite detailed, ranging from different kinds of structures that could be built, how they would be built, what they will be built from, and how they will be protected from the elements. They should have to be in order to address the many challenges that living in Mars would present. This includes extreme distance from sea, unbreathable atmosphere, extreme temperatures, increased exposure to radiation. Now my friend Tattva will continue.
Hence the conclusion is, from these many proposals and ideas, a picture of Martian settlement begins to appear. This is in keeping with our growing interest in Mars and evolving plans to explore the planet. And while the challenges may be great, the proposed solutions are both innovative and potentially effective. Whether or not we should colonize Mars, the fact remains that we can give the right commitment and enough resources. And if and when we do, we already have a pretty good idea of what Martian colonies might look like. Thank you. Interest in Mars and evolving plans to explore the planet. And while the challenges may be great, the proposed solutions are both innovative and potentially effective. Whether or not we should colonize Mars, the fact remains that we can give the right commitment and enough resources. And if and when we do, we already have a pretty good idea of what Martian colonies might look like. Thank you.
A very warm good morning to all dear teachers. Today I, Bhakti, will be representing my project based on the topic disposable clothing for the protection of COVID-19. As we all knew that textile industry is known one of the most ancient industry in the world. This particular industry has been serving humans since ages in different ways, right from basic cloth, protection fabrics, construction industry, agriculture industry, and many more. Recently, the phrase "need is mother of invention" by extending the role of industry to protect the global pandemic of COVID-19. Although textiles were used in hospitality industry since years, but recently the same is playing one of the most important roles in also called as PPE kit, where branch of textile called non-wovens doing great for human society on global front. Non-wovens textile is something different than a traditional weaving and kinting technology. This kind of fabrics made on the technology of thermal chemical bonding depending upon usage. Products from this kind of technology are significantly cheaper and easy to produce, and compared to these products are eco-friendly as well as one can use at one time can called as disposable. The other advantage of these products are they can hygienic, easy to use, easy to decompose, are as easy. Thank you.
Introduction of steam engine. The first variable steam engine was introduced in 1712 and was used to pump water from mines. Steam engines largely relied on coal as a source of fuel and could generate far more power than humans and animals. As steam engines became more and more efficient, they were made to power trains and ships. Thank you.
Positive effect of steam engine. Steam engine brought a more efficient way to the power things such as boats and trains. This allowed the goods to transfer more efficiently. Steam engine led to be the depletion of fossil fuel and were one of the main cause of pollution.
Negative effects of steam engine. The most direct pollution problem created by the locomotive was the carbon dioxide, which was emitted in the atmosphere. It gave way to the poor air qualities and poor living conditions. Additionally, steam engine was supported by the industries and businessmen, where the pollution was considered as normal things.
History of steam engine. In 1698, Thomas Savery patented a pump with hand-operating valves to raise water from mines by suction produced by condensing steam. In about 1712, another Englishman, Thomas Newcomen, developed a more efficient steam engine with a piston separating the condensing steam from water.
Engines have made our life easier to live, to produce goods and market it without having to worry about the abundant presence of water. Cities and towns are now built among the factories with steam engines as a base, which relies as a foundation for the livelihood of many citizens.
Good morning everyone. I'll tell you the advantages of the automatic hand sanitizer dispenser is that provides a truly touchless experience, and the advantages: easy to use, delivers a standard dose, eliminates a contact point, modern appearance, batteries wear down fast, price factor and maintenance. Thank you.